Hello, and welcome to The Chat, communication to help activate teens. I'm your host, Chateau Waters, lead counselor for Clayton County Public Schools. And today we are hosting part 2 of our Girl Talk. So we have several young ladies from various high schools here in Clayton County to talk about their experiences and share with our younger girls as well as their peers things that girls should and should not do, and just provide tips to help them to become successful, just as these ladies are. All right, joining me we have Vanessa Apple, Makira Shavu, Jasmine Campbell, Shelby Gaikama, and Brett Gosa. So, self-esteem is just how you feel about yourself. How do you act? How do you walk? What do you allow to influence you and to affect the decisions that you make? It's important to have high self-esteem, and during this stage, middle school, especially high school, you go through different phases. You want to fit in with a certain group, or you are a leader. What are just some, would you consider yourselves leaders? And if so, what are some tips that you can share with our middle school girls who are beginning to transition into high school to make sure that they're leaders and not following the crowd?
Well, I consider myself as a leader because I think about myself and how my decisions or actions are going to influence me or how the output will look if I do something. And I maintain good grades, and I don't worry about what others think about me, because at the end of the day, it's going to be my future and my life. So I just focus on getting myself right before I worry about others.
Let's just say we have some of our viewers who are not leaders and they really want to transition into, leading versus following people. What are some things that they can do to remove themselves from other shadows? Like, would you say getting involved or separating yourself? And often when you separate yourselves from your friends, especially if you've been friends with someone since elementary school, people tend to think that you're being standoffish, or you may appear to think you're better than them. But what, as high school students, what are some things you did to kind of move away from those people who maybe are in your neighborhood or those who have been around you since elementary school?
You have to slowly move yourself away from all the negative effects in your life. If you really have close friends, they would understand that you have to make yourself a leader. Like, if you have to figure out the ways to make yourself better. And other people that's negative, they just don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. Worry about what you need to do to make yourself better.
I feel as though one of the main things that's important about being a leader is prioritizing and making sure that you really have everything in your life in order. At this point, education should really be the first priority. So if you have people in your life who are keeping you from being able to achieve the grades and the academic standards that you set for yourself, then it's important to really think about your future at that point. High school and middle school and elementary school is only going to last so long, and at the end of the road, if you don't have the education to really sustain you, then you're going to be the one who's going to suffer for it. So the first thing is to really prioritize and think about what's really important to you.
Is there any advice that you would give to middle school students who are going to high school right now?
I would say worry about your work. Don't worry about what group you're trying to fit into in high school. That your group of friends, you will find each other. It'll come together. Don't worry about, hey, I have to hang with this group of people, and hey, I have to get these shoes or these clothes to fit in. Just worry about doing your schoolwork and trying to focus on your studies and your extracurricular activities, say cheerleading, basketball, soccer, tennis, stuff like that, and get into as many clubs as you can, like HOSA or DECA or FFA or FBA. Like, get into stuff like that because it looks really good on your application for college.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brenda Garcia. I want to thank my sponsor, Ms. Mosley. My question is, how can I become a great mentor?
Being that I am a mentor and I actually help elementary kids do their work and help them get on the right path, when you want to be a good mentor, focus on the vision or the mission that you have. If you set a goal, it's easier to try and check off your goals, make a list, because if you have no goals, then you won't know what you're doing or what you're doing right, and you won't be achieving anything, and you won't notice your achievements. So if you make a list of things to get done and you set your goals, it might help in becoming a mentor, and it might help in life. Lists, good thing.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jada Johnson, and I'm a social butterfly at Mount Zion Elementary School. My question is, if you see someone smoking a illegal drug, what do you do, or what should you do?
If you see someone smoking something they're not supposed to be smoking, which is a teenager shouldn't be smoking anything because, yeah, we're not old enough, you should first not smoke with them. That's the most important thing. Don't fall into peer pressure and smoke with them, even if they say it's cool. Secondly, you should tell your parents like what happened. I mean, they may call you a snitch, but at the end of the day, it's what benefits you. So if that's not the right crowd of people that you should be hanging around, then you need to tell your parents, Mom, I'm not going to hang around so-and-so anymore because they did this and they did that, or they were smoking this and they were smoking that.
Thank you for your response.
My name is Aaliyah Jones. I'm a social butterfly, and my school is Mount Zion Elementary. My question is, how do you handle someone who bullies?
When it comes to a bully, right? When it comes to a bully, I think you should look at them as maybe there's something wrong with them, and just approach them and generally let them know that they are hurting your feelings and that they're not making you feel. No one should make you feel a certain way. I feel like when it comes to a bully, there might be something wrong, and if you just go to them one-on-one, approach them, let them know that they are letting you feel a certain type of way, let them know that their jokes or their comments are a little harsh, it might help, because at the end of the day, a bully, if they have to bully you, they might actually like you, might want to be your friend, but they don't know how to be your friend, so they bully you because they think you're okay with it, you don't say anything. That's the quiet one. It makes them feel better because everyone's laughing, everyone's joking along with them, but you should let them know one-on-one that they are hurting your feelings.
And then you should also report it to your teacher or your principal, okay? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Howe, and I want to know, have you ever been bullied, and how can you handle it if you've been bullied?
Well, I was bullied when I was in high school, and I reported it to a teacher, and those young ladies were in trouble, and they didn't bother me anymore. And they didn't call me a snitch, although they probably thought that to themselves, but after being reprimanded, they left me alone.
Hello, my name is Summer Wilson. I'm a social butterfly. I go to Mount Zion Elementary, and my question is about self-esteem. How can you improve your self-esteem?
There are many ways to improve your self-esteem, whether it's joining a mentoring group where you do different activities to boost your self-esteem, whether it's just going in the mirror, going in your mom's mirror and playing with makeup to say, oh, I look pretty, Mommy, don't I look pretty? And your mom say, yeah, you look pretty. Or whether it's playing dress up, whether it's talking to your friends about different things, just different stuff that can help you build your personal image of yourself and make you feel like, oh yeah, I am pretty, and oh yeah, I am smart.
Thank you.
And it's also important to be a great person. So how you treat other people is a great way to build your self-esteem, by being kind to others.
Hello, I am Michaela. and I am proud to say that I'm a social butterfly. And my question is, how, over past experience, how do you like deal with people talking about you, like the way you dress and the way people call you names? How do you deal with that kind of stuff? Do you get stressed out or something?
My personal experience with people calling me names, I find that if you just let it go, like don't let it get to you, just say, okay, when they say, oh, you're so-and-so, you say, okay, I am, and then that makes them mad. That makes them say, oh, she's okay with being so-and-so. Oh, man, she's okay with this and okay with that, but at the end of the day, you're just making them angry, and it kind of triggers them to, say, man, I didn't even get to her. So their whole point of calling you that name was voided. And at the end of the day, you know that I'm not that, and I'm not so-and-so, or I'm not this that way, and I don't dress this way, because you know that you are beautiful, and you are smart, and you are pretty.
Thank you.
And you can also talk to your school counselor if someone's saying bad things about you or bullying you, and your school counselor can also talk to you and that person that's bothering you. Okay?
Hello, my name is Nabria, and I'm a social butterfly. And my question is, if you get bullied, did it ever change your life, and did you get stressed about it?
When I was bullied, it did kind of change my life. I was sitting here worried about what's wrong with me, all that stuff. But you just have to like sit down and just think about what makes you, what's good about you, and it will help yourself. And you will just know nobody can change me, nobody can hurt me, and you'll be fine.
My name is Tajanique from Bath Middle School. I'm a Ladies of Distinction. And I would like to know, like, if I have a friend that's doing stuff that I don't approve of, how do I tell her that and still be friends with her?
I say communication, because in a conversation or in life, well, with communication, there are three things. There's the message, the receiver, and the sender, and the attitude that you respond to it with. I think it's better when you do one-on-one, and don't try and put that friend out in front of other people, because that hurts them. Even though what they're doing is bad, it hurts people's feelings. So if you go one-on-one, that approach works much better, and you let them know the nicest way you can. It doesn't have to be like, it's always about the nicest way you can. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you have to tell them the truth, because at the end of the day, they need that so that they can improve, and you just want to help them, because what they're doing, if you see it as maybe it's not the best thing for them, you can let them know how you feel, and if they still don't change, then maybe that's just not the best friend for you, or maybe that's not the type of group or clique you want to be around.
Thank you.
And our final question.
Hi, my name is Leandra Goodwin. I go to Bath Middle School, and I'm in Ladies of Distinction. My question was, how do you deal with drama or stay out of it?
The best way to stay out of drama is just to always stay positive. Even if you're put in a bad situation, just do what you feel is best for yourself to handle that situation, whether it be go tell your counselor, go tell your teacher, go tell your parents, and hopefully that helps. Drama is going to happen regardless, even if you don't like it, but the best way, again, is to stay positive and have a positive attitude about the whole situation, and know that at the end of the day, everything's going to be all right.
Thank you. Also, I want to add to that, when a person has drama, or if you're actually in that drama and you don't want to be in that drama, you can nicely let the person know that I have something going for myself, and maybe you have this drama, you're trying to pull me in that, but I'm not going to let you get to me, and I'm going to stay out of that drama. You're going to let that person know that I have something going, you might not, but I do, and so I'm going to separate myself from this problem, this situation, And if it's maybe a close friend of yours, you can let them know that just let it go. It's not serious, not a big deal, because at the end of the day, you have to worry about how you're going to come out in that situation. And that person might have a lot of things wrong and you would never know. And so it's the best thing with drama is just to try and, separate yourself from it.
All right, ladies, thank you so much for joining us on our Girl Talk segment, part 2. You guys provided some great information. And we just want to make sure that our audience know that when they walk away from this, we'll make sure that we provide a list of resources for them. But here you have school counselors, you have administrators you can talk to about personal or social issues. And thank you for chatting with us.